Hi, it's Dr. Fox, licensed psychologist in the state of Texas. And in this video, I want to talk about splitting with your partner who may also be your favorite person. And I think it's important first to recognize that splitting is common not only in those with BPD, but also in many individuals, personality disordered or not. And what splitting is, it is that black and white, all or nothing thinking. You think in extremes. Either it's everything and all things, always, never. And you can catch that tendency to split when you're using those extreme terms. Always, never, forever, things like that. So it's really important to pay attention to the things that you're thinking and saying. It's not just the things that you're saying. And that's where the partner stuff and favorite person stuff comes in. And that can be that, a lot of times, sometimes our partners let us down, or they don't meet our expectations, or they don't do what we expect them to do. And it's during those times that it gives BPD an opportunity to take advantage, to amplify your core content, things that are going on underneath. That core content can sometimes, and it is for many individuals with BPD, it can be emptiness, abandonment, it can be fear of rejection, it can be a lot of different things. And I think that those three are probably the most common that I see in my clients that are along the BPD spectrum. But it can be a variety of other things for yourself. And what happens is when you have these issues or these experiences or these, what I like to say is, they're kind of like sensory indicators. When you believe that your partner is going to abandon you or reject you, or you have a moment where you feel very alone and it triggers this sense of emptiness that feels like it can't be filled. What happens is you have what's called surface structure, surface content. And surface structure, surface content, what that is that's sort of the manifestation of the activation of your core content. So that is a lot of times it could be depression, it could be anxiety, it could be a psychotic break, it could be nervousness, impulse control, or splitting. And splitting is a common maladaptive pattern that individuals with BPD utilize. And it gives you a reward of sorts. And what happens is with those rewards of sorts, and they're typically short term, it's that instead of dealing with the grandiose or the immense sense of everything that is going on in your life, which could be, your partner didn't show up on time, that they're not responding to your texts or emails, and you can't get a hold of them, and then you have job issues, kid issues, family issues, other types of issues as well, and it just becomes so massive. So the way that you try to manage that is to split, and it can be really common with your partner, and it's important to catch that. And what I want you to do first is I want you to think about, okay, who do I split the most on or with? The odds are pretty good that it's going to be your favorite person or your partner. It could also be someone with your family too. Typically, individuals along the BPD spectrum, but other people that tend to split as well, that you don't typically split with the cashier at the grocery store. Right? You don't typically split with the mail carrier. And the reason why is because they're not really tapping into that core content. Now, you may have a global perception that nobody is ever going to help you, that you'll never get better or do anything different, that it's impossible to ever recover from BPD, which isn't true, by the way. It's the most successfully treated personality disorder, just so you know. And it can also be that I will never be appreciated, loved in the way that I need to be. And that's part of splitting. And that's why it's so important to think about who do we split with, but also when and where do we split. There's a lot of folks that split when they're under a high degree of intense stress or just moderate stress because they don't have a lot of good stress management strategies, so they struggle a lot. So it could also be in situations where you feel you're going to be evaluated. This can sometimes be in the workplace. It can sometimes be with friends. It can sometimes be with bosses. It can sometimes, if you're going somewhere, if you're giving a lecture or a speech or a presentation, you could split on that as well. But it's important that you identify those circumstances in which you tend to split, which also should lead you, or hopefully it does lead you, to identify situations and individuals whom you don't split with, and situations in which you don't split as well, in which you're not thinking or perceiving in extremes. And that is really important. And what I want you to do is, if you are splitting with your partner, your favorite person, or at work, or with your boss or anybody else, what I want you to do is I want you to catch those words, catch those extreme terms. And then I want you to replace them with more moderate terms, such as things may get better. It's possible that I'll meet somebody that will appreciate me. It's highly likely that you will learn management strategies for BPD, and that you will learn to control your BPD, and it won't continue to control you. And I hope that you got benefit out of this video. And it's a little different here. I'm just hanging out in my office, staying a little late, doing a video. So I hope to see you next time. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Take care, and bye-bye.